Year 2009, Christmas break. LinkedIn's offices are quiet, most engineers are home. Jay Kreps is not. He is at his desk, coding, alone. LinkedIn is growing fast, millions of users, messages, connections, notifications. Every click creates data. Every action creates events. But the infrastructure cannot keep up. Data arrives late, systems break, features fail. Engineers cannot trust what they built. And Jay Kreps sees the problem clearly. It is not storage. It is not compute. It is movement. Data must move instantly between services, between systems, between teams. No existing tool does this well. So he starts building one. Over Christmas break. Alone? That project becomes Kafka. Theory is everywhere. Experience is rare. Welcome to WowFlow. We are here to close the experience gap, to transfer lived experience from humans to machines and the generations that follow. If you do not believe in the power of real experience, stop watching. This is not for you, but if you do, let's begin. Jay Kreps had been at LinkedIn since 2007. Principal staff engineer, technical lead for all of LinkedIn's data infrastructure. He did not just manage systems, he built them. The search engine, the recommendation engine, the social graph, the storage systems. And now, the biggest challenge yet. LinkedIn was ingesting billions of events every single day. User activity, page views, connection requests, job applications. All of it needed to move in real time. All of it needed to be reliable. None of the existing tools could handle it. ActiveMQ, RabbitMQ, the traditional messaging systems. They were built for a different era. They could not scale to what LinkedIn needed. So Kreps designed something new, a system that treats data like a log, a continuous ordered stream of events, durable, fast, scalable to billions of messages per day. He calls it Kafka, named after the writer Franz Kafka. Because the system, Kreps joked, felt like a bureaucratic nightmare to build. By 2011, Kafka is in production at LinkedIn, processing more than 1 billion events per day. The engineering team has never seen anything like it. Systems stabilize. Data flows in real time. Reliability improves. LinkedIn becomes faster, stronger, more scalable. This is the first critical moment. But Jay Kreps does not stop there. He makes a decision that most engineers inside a company would never make. He convinces LinkedIn to open source Kafka, to give it away for free. Anyone can download it. Anyone can use it. Anyone can run it in their own systems. LinkedIn agrees. In 2011, Apache Kafka becomes public. This looks like generosity. It is actually the most powerful distribution strategy in enterprise software history, because Kafka does not just spread. It spreads to exactly the right people. Engineers, the builders, the ones who actually decide which infrastructure gets used. Uber's engineers discover Kafka. They adopt it. Netflix engineers discover Kafka. They adopt it. Airbnb, Twitter, Goldman Sachs, Cisco. The list grows quietly. No sales calls, no marketing campaigns, no enterprise pilots, just engineers solving real problems with a tool that actually works. Within a few years, Kafka becomes the backbone of modern data infrastructure, the central nervous system of the internet economy. But there is a hidden problem building beneath the surface. Kafka is powerful. Kafka is also hard, operationally complex, difficult to scale safely, difficult to tune, difficult to monitor. If Kafka breaks, critical systems break with it. Enterprise companies running Kafka are not running a convenience. They are running their revenue, their real-time fraud detection, their payment systems, their customer data pipelines. And they are doing it with a free open-source tool and a small team of engineers who are figuring it out as they go. This is the second critical moment. And Jay Kreps sees it clearly. Kafka is already inside the enterprise. The adoption already happened. The dependency already exists. The question is not how to sell Kafka. The question is, what happens when Kafka breaks at 2 a.m. and there is no one to call? In 2014, Jay Kreps leaves LinkedIn. He takes 2 of his co-creators with him, Neha Narketi, Jun Rao. Together, the 3 people who built Kafka set up a new company. Their first office is a sublease in Mountain View, California, behind a dentist's clinic. 3 engineers, $3 million in seed funding. And a product that is already being used by some of the most important companies on Earth. They call the company Confluent. But early investors are skeptical. Building a business on top of open source software, they say, is not a real business. The product is free. Anyone can use it without paying. Why would they ever pay you? Kreps pushes back. Because he understands something his investors do not yet see. He later described it directly. We actually had a very popular open source product. The set of things we didn't know was very long, but we knew who needed us. And what they need is not Kafka. They already have Kafka. What they need is certainty. Enterprise support, managed infrastructure, security guarantees, reliability at scale, the ability to call someone when things break. Kafka is free, but peace of mind is not. Confluent quickly discovers its first hard lesson. Selling to companies that do not already use Kafka is almost impossible. The conversations go nowhere. But selling to companies that already run Kafka on their own? Those conversations are completely different. Those companies already know the pain. They are already living it. They do not need to be convinced that the problem is real. They are already dependent. They just need someone to make the dependence safe. This sharpens everything. Confluent stops trying to sell Kafka. It starts selling to Kafka users. It starts selling relief. Capital One, Adobe, major financial institutions, healthcare companies, government systems, they begin paying Confluent. Not because they were persuaded, because they were already inside. And Confluent simply made that inevitable. Confluent surpasses $100 million in bookings within 4 years of its first revenue, one of the fastest trajectories in enterprise software history. In 2021, Confluent goes public. IPO valuation, $11.4 billion, built on software that was free, built on a dependency that already existed, built on the understanding that adoption comes before revenue. Always. Here's what matters. Traditional enterprise sales starts with persuasion. Presentations, negotiations, contracts. Confluent started with adoption. The product entered first, sales followed later. Not by chasing customers, by waiting for customers who were already dependent to need help. This is inevitability selling. Artificial intelligence can generate sales messages. It can analyze pricing models. It can simulate conversations. But it cannot create organic dependence inside infrastructure. It cannot make itself essential before the sale exists. Jay Kreps understood the deepest truth in enterprise software. If your product becomes infrastructure, the enterprise does not choose you. It needs you. He said it himself. When we were starting the company, we actually had a very popular open source product. That was not luck. That was the strategy. Give away the tool. Own the dependency. Then sell the safety. Kafka was free. But dependence created value. And value created revenue. That is not a sales tactic. That is experience-driven thinking. The kind that only comes from having lived inside the problem for years. From having built the infrastructure yourself. From knowing exactly where it breaks. And exactly what companies will pay to make sure it does not. Do not wait years to build this expertise. Subscribe to Close the Gap. Our weekly newsletter where real experiences from world-class experts become your competitive edge. Link in the description.